Hello guys, my name is Carlos Morales and I'm a network security engineer, and this is actually my very first video, so thank you very much for being here and joining me in this journey. And the reason I decided to create this video is the exciting release of Cisco Modeling Labs version 2.8 and the introduction of its free tier. I want to share this amazing opportunity for anyone who's looking to dive into professional networking simulation without expending one time. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up CML 2.8 on a Windows 11 machine using Hyper-V. So this is going to be a step-by-step guide. But yeah, let's crack on. And I think the very first thing that I want to show you is this website. Yeah, I know, a little bit anticlimactic, but here we are. So yeah, and the reason I'm showing you this website is because once you sign up, you're going to receive an email with all the instructions to setting it up. So you're going to get all the links, all the step-by-step guides in order for you to go ahead and deploy this in your very own machine or your very own system. So yeah, just be aware that you're going to be requiring a Cisco CCO ID for the process. So if you don't have one, they are kind enough to let you know that you can create one just following the link down here. So, and the first thing we want to do is to download everything that we need. So once you receive the email, you're going to get this, you're going to get a link that it's going to take you to this website. This is the software, the Cisco software download website. And basically, once you are here, and for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be downloading the ISO file that we have here. Additional to it, we're also going to need the referencing, the reference platform ISO. This reference platform ISO contains all the virtual machines that are going to be inside the tool. And when I say virtual machine, I mean the routers, switches, and firewalls that are going to be available to you once you successfully deploy this tool. So please bear in mind that this is also needed for it. So I already did that, so I'm not going to be like doing it in here. So yeah, let's move on to Hyper-V now. Well, and the first thing that we need to do here is actually creating our virtual machine, and that's what we are going to do right now. So to do so, we click here on New, Virtual Machine, and let's go ahead and go through this wizard. Click on Next. The name of the virtual machine, the name that I'm assigning to this virtual machine is CML2, because I already have one. Click on Next, and then when you're prompted to choose a generation, you're going to select generation 2. Click on Next. Assign a memory. Well, per documentation, we need to assign at least 8 gig of RAM, so I'm going to do just that. Obviously, I would recommend adding more. I would recommend adding at least, I don't know, 12 gigs of RAM, so you don't have any issues. I think with 10 would do well, but the more the merrier, you know. Let's click on Next. And here I'm going to be selecting the network adapter that I already have. Obviously, you want to create a new network adapter for it, or you can use the default one. As I already have some virtual machines in here and I'm using the same for all of them, so to have them connected, I'm going to be using the one that I already have. So click on Next. Here you need to create a virtual hard drive, so I'm going to do just that for it. The minimum space required is 64 gigs. I'm going to leave it with the default, which is 127. You need to assign a name to the virtual hard drive. I'm just going to use this one. Just click on Next. Here is where you want to select one of the files that we downloaded from the Cisco software download page. The one that I'm going to be using here is the one for the environment, which is this one. I'm gonna click open. I'm gonna click next, and you have a nice summary of what's going to be installed in this virtual machine, right? So I'm going to click on next and finish, sorry. And hopefully, yeah, that's all good. So there's a couple of things that I need to do before launching this virtual machine, and the first thing that I'm going to be doing is to right click on it, select settings, and on settings I'm going to be to the security tab, and on the template I'm going to be selecting Microsoft UEFI certificate authority. After doing just that, I'm going to go here and I'm going to be adding another drive. I'm going to be adding another DVD drive. This DVD drive is the one that's going to be containing the reference platform, so I'm going to click on add. Here I'm going to select the image, and the image is actually, well, the reference platform that we downloaded for the on the Cisco software page. So I'm going to select this one for the free tier. I'm going to click on open, and I think that's pretty much it for this part. So yeah, the security. Yeah, going to click on apply, going to click on OK. And now, and this is very important, otherwise it is not going to work. You need to actually launch PowerShell as an administrator. And why do we need PowerShell at this point? Well, we need PowerShell because we need to enable nested virtualization for this virtual machine. And the reason we need nested virtualization is that we're going to be running virtual machines inside these virtual machines. So we need to enable nested virtualization for it. Other tools such as VirtualBox enable nested virtualization just by ticking a box. Here in Hyper-V is a little bit more complicated than that, but not too complicated. So in order to enable nested virtualization, you only need these two commands that I'm showing you here on screen. So just copy them. Well, obviously these commands contain the name of the virtual machine. Just keep that in mind. So I'm going to paste them here. And hopefully that's pretty much it. So if I did everything correctly, I should be getting should be getting something here. Yeah, that's promising. So let's just let it run. So it's going to take a while. At least it's going to take at least about 10 minutes to complete this part. So I'm just going to let it run. Well, it looks like it's finishing the installation. So let's give it a couple more seconds to complete. Yeah, there you go. Now we should be entering the wizard mode. So once you're in the wizard mode, well, let's see if it does it. If it doesn't do it, I might need to reboot the machine. Yeah, I don't think it did it. So I'm just going to turn off the machine. And the reason I think it didn't do it is because the way the DVD was installed into this virtual machine. So there's actually a warning message in the documentation saying that, for example, that if you don't have um, the CD-ROM with the reference platform deployed, and if you don't have nested virtualization enabled, um, so the wizard won't start. So it's weird because I can see that the wizard is there. So yeah, let's reboot the machine. Turn off the machine. Let's start it again. We should be getting to the yeah, there you go. Now here you want to select advanced options and then go to recovery mode. Once you get to why recovery mode, that's the only way I made this work, to be honest. I tried the other methods, but the machine was just sitting there. So I'm just going to select recovery mode, and it should get you to the wizard the same way the other would. So here I just need to select Control D, and there you go. And this is the wizard mode that you should be getting. So here I just need to click on continue, accept, continue. Let's continue to this. Well, yeah. So here is for the controller. The CML has a controller that needs to have a name. I'm just going to leave it with the defaults for now. Oh, well, yeah, if it lets me. And here you're going to be prompted to generate some credentials. These are for the management platform of the tool. So once you get here, I'm just going to leave it with sysadmin, and I'm just going to add a password to it. And once that's done, I'm going to click on continue. Yeah, it's just telling me that my password is not that strong, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then you are going to be prompted to generate some credentials for the lab environment itself. So here you are creating credentials for the management part of the tool, and you're also creating credentials for actually using the tool. And that's going to make sense in a bit. So once I have that, just going to create all the passwords here. Same here. And then I'm going to just click on continue. Here I'm just prompted to configure how I want to configure the IP address for this system. I'm just going to leave it for the HTTP. And this is actually the summary of the initial configuration that I'm doing for this tool. So I'm just going to click on confirm. Let's just give it a couple of minutes here. And yeah, so what it is going to be doing right now is going to copy all the information from the reference platform DVD that we created inside the virtual machine into the system. It says that it is going to take approximately 10 minutes, but it won't take that long, I promise. Yeah. So let's click OK here because it has just finished, and I believe it's going to go for a reboot, but let's see. There you go. So if you reached this page, it means that everything went smoothly. So if you see here, it is giving you two IP addresses. Well, actually two addresses. It's going to give you the one address for accessing the tool, and the other address that you're getting here is actually to manage the controller. So if I go to the first address, let's go ahead. What was the IP address again? 46. Obviously, I'm going to get that this is not a secure website, and that's expected because it has its own certificates. So I'm just going to click here on Advanced and proceed with it. And the set of credentials that it is expecting right here is actually it's actually the second set of credentials that we're creating during the wizard. So it was admin and my password. Then you click on login. It should take you here. So seems like everything is working just fine. So let's go ahead and create something. So let's click on that. So this bit is for adding the nodes. So let's click on here for adding the nodes. Let's click on the ASA. And why not? Let's add a router and let's add a switch as well, just to see how it works. Oops, not that many, no. There you go. Well, so I have two switches here. Let's turn them on. So let's start with the ASA. Let's try turning on a switch, and let's see if I can get the router started as well. So yeah. All right. Seems like everything is going as smoothly so far. So once you get the tick in here, so it means that it's all done. So let's click on it. Let's see if we can console it. Open the console. Yeah, there you go. Seems like everything is working just fine. So let's give it a moment. Yeah, there you go. So I believe this comes, well, these switches, routers, and firewall comes pre-configured. So they all come pre-configured. So let's click on the configuration tab and see if we can get, oh, yeah, it only has the hostname configured, so that's fine. So if I enable, yeah, that should do it. Show running configuration. Yeah, seems everything is working just fine for this. So let's try the other one. Okay. It has some configuration on it. Let's see if we can console it. Yeah, it's working just fine as well. And it seems like the ASA is taking its sweet time to boot. It has to have a tick in order for me to be able to console it and to start configuring it. So let's just give it a couple of seconds to finish doing that. Might just turn these ones off. This one I didn't needed it, so I'm just going to delete it. Yeah, and the ASA seems to be ready now. Let's try to console it. Yeah, there you go. Ah, this one comes with a password. So let's have a look. So yeah, there you go. So if I go enable and I don't think it liked it. Yeah, there you go. And there you go, guys. So hope you enjoyed it. Um, and this was pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully, I'll be making more of this if you like this one. Thank you so much. Cheers.